So the way the project was approached in Ableton Live is 8 tracks or channels were set up, and then on each of these individual tracks different audio can be placed. So you can see here I have effects, crashes, white noise, 2 loop channels, whole tracks or instrumentals, acapellas and kicks. And then you can see at the end here I have reverb and delay, which are on my sends. Now when I have a piece of audio that I want to play in the performance, I know exactly where it will fit on which channel it will sound best on. Now this section here represents the audio clips that I have in my performance. So if you look here, if I click on this one, this is Blondie Automatic. Each of these pieces of audio represent the lights which were shown earlier on the APC40. Now they can be played individually or by using the master, which will play the whole row. Now the first thing that needs to be done when the audio is imported into the project is warped, so they're all at the same speed. The way this is done is by selecting a piece of audio and then placing a yellow box or yellow marker on the first beat, and then markers on each beat after that, so they all fall in time. Then the metronome can be played by pressing this, and then once it's played you will hear the metronome is in the same time as the beat. Now the way the project was approached is audio was brought in down here, and then I played around with it until I found stuff that I thought sounded good together, and then once I found something I liked, I'd bring it up to the top and then play it within the performance. And then when I want to bring something out, I would stop using it but carry on using the bit that I wanted to continue with, and then use that, come back down here and find something that went well with the bit of audio that I wanted to leave in the performance. So when I found audio I wanted to use within the performance, it was a case of creating loops with it. When I click on one of these sections, it actually brings up the whole track, and then within that track, for example here I'm showing you Billie Jean, you can see the whole track here, but I just want this tiny little section here, so I'm just looping 1 bar. If I wanted to use different loops from the same track, what I can do is I can copy and paste a loop. For example, this part's playing here, but then I can copy and paste the track and then play different loops. Or for example on this track where I built it up, you can see here I'm halving the loops each time to create a smaller and smaller loop, which gives it that da sound. To make the whole performance sound more professional, I use the transpose function within the clips. So when a clip is selected, you have all these options over here, and you can select the volume, the panning and pitch and everything like that. So what I can do then is make sure that everything fits nicely into the next section. Normally when you select a clip, it will come in on the next bar. However, there were some clips that I didn't want this to happen with. For example, when I was playing the a cappella of Upside Down, I wanted it to be instantly, so I took that off. Some of them I wanted to come in before the next bar, so I can come down here to the quantization and change it to half a bar, quarter of a bar, even 16th notes. So as well as using instrumentals, acapellas and tracks, I also used a certain amount of drum loops. This was just to give it a bit more of an edge and to boost some parts that I thought sounded a bit flat. Now these loops are simple things like this and this. And they were basically from sample packs and were just used at various parts to boost bits. I also used some MIDI where I imported some kick drums, and then I can use the individual MIDI notes to play some kick drums where I felt it was needed as well.